But as a kid growing up in the gang world, when I joined my gang, my former gang at the age of 10, so all I was taught was um, to hate the enemy and to look at them like they were lower than us, to look at them like they weren't even human beings. You know what I'm saying? To look at them like they were fucking animals, like they were pieces of shit that needed to be exterminated. You know? And once that shit is like constantly like pumped into your head, that's all you know, to the point where you could go and murk them and take them out the game and have no remorse or no sorrow. You would actually go and smoke them and celebrate. You feel me? You could actually go and smoke a whole group of them, 10 of them at one time and celebrate. Smoke and drink and fucking have a party. And that's kind of like fucking sick. You know what I'm saying? Because they're human beings just like you. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to survive. You know what I mean? Just trying to live, and they matter to a lot of people. But that's why I'm glad I stepped away and I fucking removed myself from that life, because once you lose touch with your humanity, you are you're like a walking time bomb. You're you're a major threat to everybody in society. Because not only just to your enemies, but to anybody, because you have no remorse, no sorrow in your heart. You are a cold-hearted human being, and cold-hearted people actually do exist. You know what I'm saying? Because I was once cold-hearted. Like, literally, I had no remorse for anybody, for anything that I did. I didn't know what remorse was or what sorrow was, to tell y'all the truth. It might sound crazy, but I didn't know none of that was until my last term, when I started going to groups and started really working on rehabilitating myself, and started really going to victims classes and learning the impacts that I had on my victims and on people that got victimized. One of the deepest groups that I've been in prison, they would bring victims, people that have been victimized, men and women, into the prison. And say, for instance, like, if I was in prison for murdering somebody's son, they would have me sit down with a mother whose son was murdered. You feel me? If I was in prison for robbing somebody, like, I don't know, at a convenience store, they would have me sit down and talk to somebody that worked at a 7-Eleven who was robbed. And then sitting down with this person and hearing what they experienced and what they went through, right? You cannot ever come back from that the same. You cannot sit there with a mother who lost her son to gang violence and go out there and continue to do that shit. Like, it's not possible. Like, for me, it wasn't. Like, prior to that, I had no remorse, no sorrow. It was something that was alien to me, right? Honestly, God, I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't know how to have no remorse or sorrow for anybody. You guys killed my homies. Kill one of mine, I'm gonna go kill 10 of yours, right? And I never looked at it like that was somebody's son, or there's a mother behind the scenes who's fucking brokenhearted, who's crying and just devastated for the rest of her life because of what happened to her son, and she lost her son in such a violent way. But I've sat down with mothers who lost their child to gang violence, and to see the pain and to hear their story from what they went through and continue to go through, that shit completely broke my heart. Like, cause I've done a lot of bad shit to a lot of people that I regret, that I live with to this day. And I thank God that I was given the opportunity to sit down with mothers who been through that pain, because that shit changed me, like, completely. You feel me? Like, It really put everything into perspective. You know what I mean? It really made me become back in touch with my humanity, something that I never was in touch with. It was always there, but somewhere along the way, I buried that part of me due to the streets, due to the gangs, and due to my being brainwashed by gang politics, rules, and warped beliefs.